Welcome in, everybody. I'm so happy to have you here with me. I cannot wait for you to meet Amelie. Amelie is a psychology major. She's a content creator. She's an astrologer with over 6 years of dedicated study in astrology and self-transformation. She specializes in helping people to align their lifestyle, their appearance, and their mindset with their birth chart, especially their rising, Venus, Mars, and sixth house placements for powerful real-life results. Welcome in, Amelie.
Thank you so much, Mia, for introducing me. I'm so excited to present to you guys today. We're going to dive into rising signs and how to attract your dream relationship with your rising sign because our rising is kind of like our first impression. It's all about the energy we first exude when we meet people. So it's super important to understand how to use it. Yeah, so let's get into it. And I'm also going to talk about how to find your rising sign. If you guys don't know yours already, it's super easy. All you're going to need is your birth time. But let's talk a little bit about the rising sign. So your rising sign really matters because it reveals the energy, the vibe you give off when you first meet someone. It's like your body language, it's your energy, it's your face too. A lot of times our rising sign can depict how we look on a physical level. Like if you look at celebrities and their rising sign, then it's pretty crazy that you can see, for example, like Pisces risings, they usually have very prominent eyes. Hello, everyone. Hi, Cassandra. Nice to have you here. Let me know your rising signs in the chat too. I'm super curious. Hi, Maria. Yeah, let me know your rising sign. Hi, Terry. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to have everybody here. I love having like an astrology group. Hello, Crystal. Perfect. And so our rising sign also sets the tone for our attraction and, excuse me, our attraction, physical appearance, personal style. A big tip that I give people is looking up the celebrities who have your same rising sign and looking at their physical appearance and kind of seeing, okay, what features do they have? How do they dress? And how do they kind of attract and show up? Hello, Lori. Hello, everybody. And so, what you're going to learn today over this whole presentation, over this whole little workshop, is what each rising sign naturally radiates and how it shapes first impressions. Also, how to embody the magnetic traits of your rising sign to attract soul aligned love. Because the point is, we want to embody our true self and attract a relationship that fits us, that's in alignment with us, not one that we kind of force ourselves, right? We want someone who's like a soulmate, who feels right, like a best friend, someone we truly resonate with. Hello, everybody. Oh, Scorpio Rising, Taurus Rising, Capricorn, Pisces Rising. I'm also a Pisces Rising. That's cool. Shay, Virgo, Maria's a Virgo Rising. Wow, a lot of you already know your rising sign. That is so perfect. We're also going to talk about a big thing, which I don't usually share online, and that's the hidden blocks that could be muting your rising sign energy and how you can clear those blocks. So we're going to get into a lot of juicy stuff today. I'm really excited. Sherry's an Aquarius Rising. Okay, nice. Aquarius Risings, a big thing for you guys, by the way, is like you can be friends with anyone, but you probably don't feel like it. You might feel like the outsider, but truly you can get along with anyone you talk to, and you're super magnetic in the way that you share your ideas. You kind of think of things that others aren't thinking of. And when you share, like, oh, this is what I'm thinking of for the future, this is my idea, it's very innovative and it gets people hooked on your energy. They want to know more, they want to learn about you. Cancer Rising, okay, nice. So let's find your rising sign if you don't know it already. And if you do know your rising sign, if someone's in the chat struggling, please just help them out. So, step one, I would go to Cafe Astrology. So, just search up online Cafe Astrology free birth chart report. Once you get there, put in your birth details. Please be accurate with this, guys. Please know your birth time. If not, call up your caregiver, call up someone, or look at your birth certificate because if you don't know your birth time, it'll set off the whole chart and your rising sign won't be accurate. Like at the very least, if you don't know your birth time, you can just put midnight as the default. Lola here, Leo Rising, nice. Lori, you don't know your rising sign? Yeah, so go and look up on Cafe Astrology, Lori and Jackie. And then once you're done with that, you'll scroll and it'll say ascendant in one of the tables on the website because ascendant also means our rising sign. This is the same thing in astrology. And look at the sign, the zodiac sign right next to it. So for example, on the screen, it says one ascendant and Aries is the sign that their rising sign is in. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, and as they said in the comments too, you can contact the hospital you were born in as well. Perfect. And you don't understand how to know what your rising sign is. Yeah, so looking it up with your birth time. hopefully you guys figure that out and check online. But we're going to get into it, and I'm going to start with Aries Risings. Do I have anyone in the chat who is an Aries Rising? Let me know. And let me know your experience as an Aries Rising too. So first of all, a Libra Rising. Okay, that's the exact opposite. That's really cool. It's a very interesting dynamic. And then with Aries, so this is bold. This is unapologetic. Aries is ruled by Mars, so you are full of momentum. You're probably walking around doing things, moving your body. And the gift of this rising sign is they naturally grab attention with their assertive body language. They have this kind of like sharp instinctive motion and this aura that's like, I go first. They're probably pretty competitive. They blaze trails, and that's what's so attractive. Okay, we do have an Aries rising, Marina. Let me know if this is accurate for you, your experience. But you guys are going to attract partners who crave bravery, independence, and passion. And your presence activates desires, especially when you lead without needing validation. That is a huge attraction secret for this placement is when you believe that all you need is your own validation, your own acceptance, and you have a deep sense of self-worth, that's when you're going to attract other people because the ones that are aligned with you find that assertiveness so attractive. But some blocks that can show up are trying to shrink to seem easier to deal with, trying to be less intense, water down your energy, over identifying with control or competition or hyper independence, and also masking your vulnerability. Sometimes Aries risings want to appear so strong and so capable and so driven that they don't want the emotions to get in the way or affect their appearance. Um, Aries to a Pisces. Okay, so your partner's a Pisces rising, I'm guessing. Let me know. Vicky's a Leo rising. Okay. We have some fire risings. Okay, awesome, Marina. That's accurate for you. Jackie found her birth time. Okay, yay. I'm curious what your rising sign is, Jackie. Let me know when you look it up and we'll talk about yours. So, moving on to Taurus. Taurus is very different than the Aries. One big secret about Taurus is when you are wearing crystals like rose quartz, you can manifest your partner easier. And I have like a rose quartz bracelet right now that I'm wearing. And if you want this one, it's pinned in the comments. But you can put like a secret message in here of what you want to manifest. So if I'm manifesting my dream partner, which I'm already in my dream relationship, but if I am, like, I'm putting a note inside here, and the rose quartz correlating with the Taurus energy helps because Taurus is ruled by Venus. And Venus is connected to rose quartz as a crystal. So it's super important to be intentional with the things you're wearing when you're a Taurus rising. But with your first impression overall, you guys radiate this calm, grounded beauty, this irresistible sense of presence, and you feel very steady. People kind of confide in you like you're a rock. They probably tell you their life story when they meet you because you just seem so secure. You seem kind of peaceful, luxurious, just naturally exuding this capable energy. Let me know if I have any Taurus risings in the chat as well. How interesting. Love that idea. I know it's so cool how we can kind of correspond how we dress with our rising signs. And you guys are going to attract partners who also want stability, who want consistency, and who don't want a surface level connection. Someone who's in it for the long haul, who wants kind of like a soul bond. And your touch, your voice, your presence becomes very healing. That's one thing to really have confidence in if you're a Taurus rising is how healing your voice is. Sometimes you guys have this like melody voice, almost like a singer. A lot of beautiful singers are Taurus risings, and you kind of teach people what it means to feel safe in love. You can take care of people super well. So Capricorn, Sagittarius, Cancer. Okay, nice. That's beautiful. We have a lot of Cancer risings here, I feel like. Cancer and Pisces goes together really well, Paula, by the way. That's a great combination. And some common blocks to clear for the Taurus rising is fearing change or clinging too tightly, especially to the material world, clinging onto the past too tightly. I love that. Give her some love. Yes. Beautiful. Because Taurus risings can get stuck in like over controlling or materialism sometimes. So it's really important to not resist change and allow change and embrace it because the more you allow for that, the more people can come in and attract in your life, if that makes sense. Now we're going to move on to Gemini. Do I have any Gemini risings in the chat? Please let me know. Please let me know. We have Aquariuses, a Pisces. Okay, I'm a Pisces rising too. I feel like I'm attracting all the Pisces risings in here today. But if you're a Gemini rising, you are a great talker. You can socialize with anybody. You guys come across as curious, witty, full of life. You kind of feel like a breath of fresh air. And one great thing about you is you can bring out like this childlike innocence within your partner or within whoever you're speaking to. So if someone's having a bad day, you can just cheer them up by talking to them. You have these expressive eyes, quick movements. You can make conversation feel like a connection, not just small talk, but like you're actually seeing the person and going back and forth. We do have a Gemini rising. Sarah, let me know your experience with this too. And if you're in a relationship, let me know what your partner's sign is. But you probably naturally attract people who are mentally stimulating, open-minded, and deeply curious because you have this ability to adapt, and that's what makes you feel so exciting, so magnetic. It's how you're dynamic and you're full of possibility, you're full of ideas. It's so important to embrace the side of you that wants to talk and think about the future. I think of Gemini rising staying up with their partner till like 2 a.m. talking about something. But some common blocks to clear if you're looking for love is hiding behind humor or over intellectualizing emotions because that kind of keeps people at a distance. So, allowing yourself to feel your emotions and be open about what you're feeling with people. And another thing is constantly shifting your energy to try and match others. It can make it harder for them to truly see who you are. So, making sure you're showing up authentically. And when you're talking about things, you're not like gossiping or you're not talking about things just because you think they're going to like it, but because it's in alignment with your own values. And that's how you attract your person, someone who also wants to talk about the same ideas as you. Is there such a thing as a cusp? I'm Leo, but sometimes come up as Gemini, which is my sun too. Oh, okay. So on certain websites, when you calculate your rising sign, do you come up as Leo or Gemini? Like, does it go back and forth? That's interesting. A big thing, Sarah, I'm single guy, I'm interested, it's also Gemini, that's so on point. Oh my gosh, I love that. But with what you're saying about cusps, so to be honest, I don't believe there's no such thing as a cusp in astrology because we have like degrees in each section of our chart. And so to be at a cusp just means like you're closer to the later degree of a sign. So the sign is going to be expressed differently when you're at a later degree versus an earlier degree. And this is kind of advanced stuff, but hopefully that makes sense. So if you're getting different signs when you're calculating it, the websites are probably calculating it differently. And what you could do is find the coordinates of your birth and use that on one single website. Like Cafe Astrology, I feel like is the most accurate, and you should get your true rising sign. Little sidetrack, but hopefully that helped you. Um, could it be whole sign versus Placidus? Yeah, so that's true, Frankie. That's a great point. You could be using a site that's calculating whole sign, not a site that's calculating Placidus. I personally use Placidus. That's what I recommend to people. Pisces general. Okay, cool. Wonderful. And now we're going to move on to Cancer Rising because I know so many of you guys are Cancer Risings. You guys carry a nurturing, soulful energy that others feel immediately. Yes, Cancer energy and Pisces, man, I love that, Paula. Your presence feels like home. It feels warm. It feels intuitive, quietly powerful. You probably sense other people's needs, and that's what makes you such a great partner. You attract people who are drawn to emotional depth, loyalty, authentic connection, and your ability to feel what others need creates a bond that's very rare. So attracted to Cancer men. Yeah, that's a typical experience because Cancer is a little bit feminine. So if you have a lot of masculine energy in your chart potentially, you might be more attracted to kind of feminine men in general because Cancer is the most feminine sign that there is. And then when it comes to blocks, if you're working on blocks and you're a Cancer rising, maybe you guys retreat to your own shell because you're fearing that you'll be misunderstood if you share how you truly feel or you share what you think and you don't want to be hurt. So that kind of dims your magnetism. What makes you guys so magnetic is your vast world of emotions, and you sharing that nurturing, softer, emotional side. And overgiving to protect others can lead you guys to feeling unseen or emotionally drained. So sometimes you just know what the person needs so well that you want to give it to them. And you want to do everything you can, but then you're left with like an empty cup. Scorpio woman, Cancer man. This is a beautiful combination, Angela, because it's two water signs, and Scorpio really makes the Cancer feel so deeply loved and protected and safe to express their emotions. So I love this dynamic. That's wonderful. And if you guys are Cancers as well, rose quartz is a really good crystal for Cancer signs as well. So again, the manifestation bracelet, it's pinned if you want to get it. This is so good for attracting your partner because Cancer and rose quartz go so well because rose quartz is a very feminine crystal and it's connected to Venus. So that's why Libra, Taurus, Cancer works so well with it. Can a Cancer and a Sagittarius work out? That is a great question. So it's going to depend on your whole chart. That really matters. But if the Sagittarius is at a point where they are comfortable sharing emotions and talking about emotions, usually it can work out in a good dynamic because Cancer needs that comfort. They need to be able to feel like they can sit in their moods and they can process and they can talk with you. But sometimes Sagittarius just wants to go so fast and go on to the next adventure that they don't want to sit in the emotions. But yeah, and let's move on to Leo rising. I know so many of you have Leo energy. I've been seeing it in the chat. Can Aquarius woman and a Cancer man work out? I've seen that work out. It depends on your whole chart though, Andrea. Soulmate Pisces. Okay, let's talk about this and then I'll reply to some more comments as well. Okay, we have another Leo. Beautiful. So Leo and Leo. Yeah, two Leos can work really well as a power couple. Leo risings really light up a room with their presence. Your energy is like radiant, it's bold, and you can't hide in the corner. People are going to see you no matter what. You kind of have this unforgettable confidence about you, this natural leadership, and this creativity that people just want to be around. So you're going to attract partners who are drawn to warmth, charisma, and passion. And these people are so loyal. Leos are incredibly loyal and they want to feel like they're chosen by their partner. They want to feel celebrated, they want to feel special. But some blocks that can show up with this energy. My youngest son is a Leo rising. He's got a big personality. Yes. And I'd wonder where Jupiter is in his chart as well, because Leo is so radiant. I wonder where, and when we have Leo as our rising, Leo is ruled by the sun. So when you come across initially your impression is going to be big, it's going to be bright, it's going to be radiant because the sun is so so bright, right? That's how I like to think about it on a basic level. And some common blocks to clear is hiding your light to avoid being too much, trying to perform for approval, dulling your authenticity, because sometimes Leos can build their confidence on external validation and then attract admirers who don't truly love them for who they are. And then they can't have that deeper intimacy with the person. So if you're a Leo, maybe you can relate to this. You probably attract a lot of people, but you need to make sure you're being authentic. Leo and Gemini, Aylin, that is a wonderful combination because it works so well. Gemini is going to like talk and celebrate and be interested in your mind. And then Leo is going to kind of excite you and want to talk to you and make you feel special. And they can go on so many adventures together too. I like that. Can you go back to Taurus? Amy, you can definitely rewatch the live when it's over if you want to watch the Taurus portion. And now we're going to move on to Virgo. So there's also a lot of Virgo energy. Vicky, Virgo and Virgo, beautiful. Virgo risings. We have so many Virgos. I love Virgo energy. These people are really clean, really refined, very observant energy. And when I say clean, is they miss all the details. They find all the details that other people miss. They can see the stain on the sweater. They can see where things are out of place. They can even sense it energetically in the house if something's not where it's meant to be. Very like precise presence. People notice your attention to detail. You have a calming voice. You kind of have this clarity about you. You're easy to trust. First impressions. Aries and you love Virgos. Yeah, I feel like Aries and Virgo can get along pretty well, interestingly enough, because Aries is so efficient and self-driven, and Virgo knows how to get the job done. So it's like a power couple right there. And Virgo risings, you attract partners who value emotional intelligence, thoughtfulness, and genuine care. If you notice you're not attracting these people, you could have a block going on, and that could be like overanalyzing yourself or trying to create distance between others, hiding your vulnerability, trying to appear as perfect. So refining yourself, trying to be all polished, look a certain way, micromanaging your appearance or your energy, not feeling ready enough to put yourself out there. And that can kind of block intimacy because sometimes you think, oh, I won't be loved until I'm perfect, until I fit a certain mold. But it's when you guys step out there and you're authentic with yourself and you show up the best you can be, that you attract the right people. Because I think Virgos hold themselves back from finding true love. Virgo, but being an August Virgo, I sometimes feel more like a Virgo rising and Libra rising. I like that combination. I really like that combination. Virgo being August Virgo. Yeah. Libra rising probably really resonates with that. And August Virgo is completely different because it's going to make the Virgo at a different degree in your chart versus a September Virgo is going to be at a later degree. So it's going to be expressed in a different way. That's really cool. Sagittarius and Capricorn, that's an interesting combination because Sagittarius is so adventurous, Donardo, and Capricorn is kind of more like set on a goal and the long-term energy, and it can be hard for them to get out of their head. Maria, Virgo, and Taurus, that works really well together. I love that combination. My best friend is a Taurus. I love her so much. And let's see, Libra and Taurus works really well because they're both ruled by Venus. And so moving on to Libra, speaking of, Libras have this Libras are honestly so beautiful. Like naturally, they're usually gifted with a beautiful, charming, diplomatic energy, very balanced, very harmonious, refined, emotionally intelligent. And you guys naturally have this like welcoming atmosphere that makes others feel very comfortable and seen. These people are usually very likable. Yes, Libra rising here, tarot and travels. I love it. And you guys probably attract partners who value connection, emotional attunement, and shared beauty in all forms. You guys can really listen deeply to people and just be in the present moment with them and have like a soul level intimacy when it's expressed in a healthy way. Jupiter in third house. Okay, nice. Sagittarius, Aries. Yeah, and so Libra is another sign ruled by Venus, right? So rose quartz, also great, great crystal to get if you want to get it. It's pinned. But Libra does so well working with crystals and working with things like manifesting their soulmate through like love letters, writing love letters to themselves and using rose quartz as they're writing the letter. Because they are meant to feel whole within themselves before they attract their true partner. It's when a Libra feels like they need someone to complete them that they harm themselves in love and they keep themselves back. A big wound is like, oh, I need to be with someone in order to feel lovable, in order to feel complete. So Libra risings can sometimes always be in relationships throughout their life because they fear, oh, if I'm alone, I won't feel complete. Like I won't feel like I'm enough. So that's really a block to clear because sometimes they're people pleasing. They're trying to give everything. Libra is amazing partner. Yes. Yeah, Libras are amazing partners. They really are because they can just sense your needs so easily and they just want to do everything to help you and provide for you. They probably plan amazing dates. They're so, so romantic. How long will it be before my true love comes to me? So, Ruthie, that really matters when it comes to like transits and timing, and we'd have to look at your whole chart. But Libra and Libra, when Venus is in Libra with the transits in astrology, that's a good time to meet your soulmate if you're a Libra rising. Libra and Libra, I love it. But yeah, so a big thing is if you're a Libra rising, don't hide your desires. Be open about your desires with your partner. Don't over prioritize their needs over your own. Be with someone who reciprocates your energy because you guys will do so much for your partner and you deserve to be valued. My Libra, give her everything. Another ahead of me after. Interesting. I wonder what their whole chart is. As a Leo, I'm glad that you like stood your ground and you took care of yourself in that moment too. That's really important. Taurus and Cancer, amazing combination. Pisces, yeah, we'll get into Pisces soon. And now Scorpio risings. Do I have any Scorpio risings in the chat? Please let me know if I do, and let me know your experience. Let me know if this was accurate or if there's anything you want to add too. These people, super intense, private, mysterious. Okay, nice. We do have Scorpio risings. Emotional depth, so much mystery and power in their presence. Like, you guys don't have to say anything. You will just attract secret admirers. You guys are so magnetic. Don't dim down your intensity. Don't dim down your eye contact, how you come across. Sometimes people either love you or they hate you as a Scorpio rising, and that's okay. You're not meant to be everyone's cup of tea, but you're meant to be with people who can meet you at that level of depth and transformation. Scorpio risings have been through a lot in their life. They're going to attract partners who crave passion, depth, emotional intimacy. And you guys have this transformative energy too. So when people are around you, they feel like they're changed, they feel like they're improved for the better just by being in your presence. You guys can sometimes have like x-ray vision and you can see through the fakeness, you can see through the lies of any situation, and you have amazing intuition. So sometimes though, you may guard your energy so tightly or try and be really private and no one can get close to you and you're protecting your heart, when deep down you want intimacy, you want connection, you want someone who you can be completely yourself with, but then you're scared of it, so you kind of pull yourself back. A friend of mine is a Scorpio and I'm a Virgo, long-term friendship, and in depth, I agree. Yes, exactly. And like over time, if the Scorpio trusts you, they will do they will open up, but it takes them a while. And maybe they don't fully ever open up, but they value trust and loyalty so deeply. They have to have this in a connection. Um, yeah, so making sure that you don't guard your energy too intensely. Scorpio and Leo is a good combination. I've seen it work before. The Leo definitely needs to make an effort to, because Leo can be super loyal. And if a Leo is loyal, the Scorpio sees that and the Scorpio can trust the Leo and it works super well. And yeah, Scorpio risings attract people through being themselves, opening up a little bit, and not dimming down their intensity. Scorpio Gemini work well together. We'd have to look at your whole chart, but honestly, I haven't seen it work that well together because Gemini can be very like light and fluffy, and sometimes, the archetype is they're not always like loyal and they're not always honest, and a Scorpio really needs that. So it matters the whole chart, of course. Scorpio and a Scorpio, great combination. And now let's move. Yeah, I love that because you guys are both so loyal to each other and you can go into those depths. Sagittarius, Scorpio and Pisces, Angela, that works really well. Angela, okay, we have another Angela. Angela Wilson is a Sagittarius and she's stuck on a Virgo. That's interesting because both of these are mutable signs. So maybe there's something about the Virgo that like interests you, but sometimes Sagittarius, like you guys need adventure, and Virgo can be so practical, so detail oriented, so work focused that it pulls the Sagittarius away from that ability to gain freedom. And that's where the relationship can be kind of challenging. So if you're a Sagittarius, you need someone who allows you to adventure, go out, explore, see new things, go on road trips. If you're with a Virgo who is so meticulous and has to have everything planned out or they'll like freak out, that doesn't usually work super well. So making sure the Virgo you're with allows you to express that side of yourself. Hopefully that makes sense. Sagittarius rising, they radiate enthusiasm, optimism, very adventurous. People are drawn to them because of their honesty, humor, the way you light up when you speak your truth. When a Sagittarius is talking about something they love or something they learned recently or a trip they want to go on, their energy is huge. Like their aura radiates so much. You guys really attract people who are inspired by your vision, who are curious, who can see the bigger picture. You guys need to be around people who are optimistic. If they're too pessimistic, it can kind of bring down your energy. And you guys have this like expansion and you have this purpose in life, and you want a partner who's going to do that journey with you. Some blocks to clear though is escaping emotional depth by staying constantly busy or distracted, maybe not committing to people, and that can block meaningful connection. We do have a Sag rising, Tenny, nice. Pisces and Cancer, Jackie, that is a good combination. Pisces woman, Cancer man, Alina, that's a good combination. Sagittarius and Aquarius, that is a good combo. Nice. Yes, that is beautiful. So Sagittarius risings, if you find yourself fearing committing to someone, trying to always be busy, hiding your softer side behind humor, this is a common block I see. And the thing is, don't think of a relationship as something that's going to box you in. You need a partner who is really going to allow you to explore and venture out and be your own person and always have like roots to come back to. Always have a partner you know you can depend on who doesn't restrict and control your sense of adventure. So just keeping that in mind and making sure that you're not constantly like distracting yourself. And you're opening up to the person you're talking to, you know, because that's how a Sagittarius needs to build a connection, is that one person that they're going to confide in and be like, you know, truthfully, I've been feeling this way. Yes, I love adventure. Yes, I love doing all of these things, but there's this other side to me. And being aware of that other side, getting in touch with your feelings. Sag and Gemini, beautiful combination because these two people can adventure. They're both mutable signs. I love that combo. Sagittarius and Scorpio, you know, I've seen this work, but it depends. Is the Sag rising like in touch with their feelings? And what does the whole chart look like? You know, because at first, if it's just two rising signs, like a Sag rising and a Scorpio rising, that can work well, because maybe the Sagittarius rising person has a different moon sign, a different sun sign. And we do have a moon sign video on this channel as well, if you guys need to look at that. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna move on to Capricorn Rising. Aquarius and Aries is a great combo as well. I just want to answer all your questions. Oh my gosh. Capricorn, you guys command respect without saying a word. Your presence is composed, mature, quietly authoritative, quietly authoritative. People sense your standards, your ambition, your strength. You naturally carry like an old soul energy. Capricorn rising, friend is a match to me. He's a Libra rising. You know, I found Libra and Capricorn can work really well because Libra creates this harmony and this sense of peace that sometimes the Capricorn isn't connected to in their life. The Capricorn can be so focused on their work or self-improvement or the long-term vision that they need a supportive figure as a partner who's going to be like, okay, let's create beauty, let's create peace, let's create harmony so we're not working all the time, you know? So I love that combination. Yeah, so naturally, old soul energy, very wise people. You attract other partners who crave loyalty, emotional maturity, long term stability. A common block, though, is over identifying with productivity or control. That can create like emotional walls that keep love out. If you're Capricorn rising, let me know if you do this. But yeah, it's super important that you guys allow yourself to bring down those walls when you're dating, when you're talking to people, and you're not suppressing vulnerability because the true person that you're meant to be with isn't going to love you for that strong, wise facade you have, but also for those emotions that you don't share with the whole world. You know, so Capricorns can be really secretive, but on the inside, they can be kind of sensitive and they're just afraid to share that. I'm a Capricorn. I attract partners who are emotionally immature, cheaters, and leave after a few months. Wow, I'd want to see your whole chart. That's interesting. Yeah, a big thing for Capricorn risings too is like having really being clear on what you value and being clear on your standards and carrying yourself as a high value, luxurious person and being like, these are my standards, this is what I want, this is my long-term vision. And if someone doesn't fit that after a few dates and I make an effort, then I'm gonna release it and move on. That's a huge thing I see with Capricorns. Capricorn, I do have a wall of trust. Yeah. Pisces woman, Capricorn man, this can work super well because the Pisces woman can help the Capricorn get in touch with their emotions, and make them feel very loved. Pisces has a beautiful way of blocking, like breaking down those walls. I'm a Taurus. My boyfriend is a Libra. So 65. That's a good combination, right? Make sure that you check on your boyfriend who's a Libra. Make sure that you're make sure that he's getting what he needs. Because sometimes Libras don't always say their true desires, or they don't like they'll make such an effort to be there for you that sometimes they neglect themselves. So just, you know, plan dates or do nice things for him. Just like check in and make sure that he's getting what he needs, if that makes sense. Capricorn woman, Cancer man, great combination. Now Aquarius rising. Let's move on to that. Oh, mystical tarot cafe, stone, rose quartz. Yes. Yeah, the rose quartz works really well with water signs overall. I have it on right now. I'm a Pisces rising and I love wearing this for manifesting love, and I'm a Cancer Venus, so it works super well. And it's in the pin comments. Rose quartz is like the ultimate stone for love. Now moving on to Aquarius. Okay. You guys give off like this energy that's really hard to pin down. Kind of quirky, cool, like the cool cat, very original. You come across as futuristic, free thinking, a little bit detached. Like people don't know the full you. You can get along with everyone, but you're not revealing who you truly are. Like you're kind of at an arm's length away when you're in conversation. But people want to lean in. They want to learn more about you. They want to talk to you. They want to hear about your ideas. We have so many Aquariuses in the chat. I love that. Aquarius female, Taurus man. Okay, nice. Attraction strength. So your energy becomes magnetic to people who value growth, freedom, soul level connection, and people who don't follow the rules. Aquarius is known as kind of the rebel and the rule breaker. They're very original with their path. If someone does something the traditional way, Aquarius is going to find their own way to do it and go after it. Like they have their own ideas, and Aquarius really values their ideas. So they need someone who appreciates how they think, who allows them to go after the missions they want to in life, to do volunteer work. And Aquariuses have a lot of integrity, and that makes them super irresistible. Some common blocks, though, is maybe you stay too emotionally distant where you protect your uniqueness, and then that can block intimacy. Aquarius risings, you guys are so unique, so interesting. Don't hide that. Like, be honest with how you feel, who you are, and the right people will attract to you. Such amazing energy. I love Aquarius risings. And another block, Aquarius and Scorpio, depends on your whole chart, but in general, Aquariuses sometimes are too detached for Scorpio. And the Scorpio really wants to go deep and feel the emotions, feel all the things of life. And if Aquarius isn't capable of doing that or being there with the Scorpio, it can be a tough dynamic. So just keeping that in mind. And then common blocks. Another thing I wanted to say is like over-identifying with being like different. Because sometimes Aquariuses get so excited of like, I'm different, I stand out, I'm unique, that they separate themselves from other people in order to stand out. So just being open to a partner that celebrates your differences, and you can still, be with someone even if you feel different. Sometimes they kind of alienate themselves in a way that doesn't allow for connection. Aquarius and Aquarius, amazing combination. I really like that because two very interesting people with amazing ideas together, sharing, going after their goals, going after their volunteer work, their mission, whatever it is, and probably some great conversation between you two as well. You'll have to excuse me. My voice is getting tired, guys. Leo and Leo, Paula, that's a beautiful combo. Aquarius and Pisces. So you would be surprised. Aquarius and Pisces actually can work really well together. It depends on the whole chart, of course. Frankie, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, got Joyce. Oh my gosh, another Pisces and man Aquarius. Beautiful. The thing about Aquarius and Pisces is they're both almost they're at the end of the zodiac. So it's kind of like they're on a different wavelength than most people in the other parts of the zodiac. Because it's the end, it's like Pisces is the bridge to the spiritual world, and Aquarius is like the bridge to the collective. So sometimes Aquariuses feel what's going on in the collective world, whether it's politically, whether it's just like in their family unit, whether it's at their school, whatever community they're in, they feel the emotions of what's going on. And maybe it's harder for them to connect with their own emotions, but they can just kind of take what everyone else is feeling, hold it in their hand, and try and come up with a solution to fix it. And that's what makes them so powerful. But then with a Pisces, it's like Pisces just absorb everything. They absorb their own emotions, they absorb other people's emotions, whether it's the collective or also just one person that they're sitting with. So Aquarius and Pisces can understand each other in that way. It's like, I know that you're carrying a lot, and you see and you feel what's going on in the collective, and that's how they relate. So woman Pisces, man and Aquarius work amazing together. Hopefully that makes sense. January Aquarius and June Cancer. I have to see your whole chart because it really depends. It depends where the Cancer is in June. If it's more towards Gemini, all of that stuff really matters. Lastly, we are going to work on Pisces rising, and then we're going to do some reflection questions for you guys. So Pisces is another sign. Rose quartz works amazing. Bracelet is pinned in the comments. I have it right here. I'm a Pisces rising, and I love meeting other Pisces risings because I feel like this is a pretty different energy. It's the rarest rising sign, so it's kind of like this otherworldly energy that people can't always pin down. As you grow up as a Pisces rising, you might notice that you attract more of like a spiritual energy, or you attract kind of like people that are a little bit like quirky, and you get to know people from all walks of life, and they kind of might tell you their life story without you even asking. You have this very like soft, mysterious, deeply empathetic energy. Like you can see into each other's hearts without needing someone to explain to you what's going on. Pisces rising and Vedic, very cool, Casey. That's awesome. Um, yeah, so a big thing is sometimes Pisces want to like chase after other people to attract them. But the thing is, when a Pisces is in their soft feminine energy, no matter your gender, you'll kind of just attract people to you. Like just walking with your head up in the clouds, talking about your dreams, sharing your emotions. Something about that's very attractive for people. You attract partners who long for soul connection, spiritual depth, unconditional love, and you kind of become a mirror for healing. So when Pisces risings really do the healing work on themselves, they'll notice in their appearance that they feel more attractive energetically. So this is a sign where doing like shadow work, working on your past traumas, working on healing yourself really matters because it'll show up in your physical life. I'm a Pisces moon and sun, although I don't chase anyone. Beautiful. Yeah, with a Pisces sun and moon, you're probably so intuitive, probably a human lie detector, and you need your alone time for sure. You need to recharge and you need a partner who honors that. A boundary or kind of like a block is losing yourself or hiding behind fantasy can blur the boundaries of real connection. And Shay, Pisces female with a male Aries is going to be a bit of a tough combination because sometimes the Aries energy can like burn the Pisces and be a little bit too intense. So making sure that you guys are patient with each other's emotions just because you're going to express how you feel in a different way. Pisces North Node, this is a big time for Pisces North Nodes this year because we have our North Node in general in Pisces. Yeah, beautiful. And so Pisces want to sometimes overgive and just do everything for their partner and even escape into fantasy or get lost in like illusion of, oh, this person is so great. I love them so much. When in reality, maybe there's something that you're not seeing. Um, and it's super important you have boundaries around your alone time. You have boundaries around taking care of yourself, protecting your energy, and not over adapting to what other people want from you. A thing about a Pisces rising is I feel like they can get along with a lot of people similar to Aquarius because they can just adapt to whatever the other person is feeling and just show up as like a mirror of, oh, this person wants someone who's kind, funny, creative. The Pisces is going to be like, oh, I'll show up as that. I'll be what that person wants because they intuitively sense it and they kind of shapeshift. Hopefully that makes sense. So it's about learning boundaries of, even though this person wants that, I know myself and I am not that. I'm going to show up as who I am. So they really need to develop a strong sense of self and who they are. I'm a Pisces, and my guy's Scorpio. I changed last year. That's funny. I love that, Amelie. Pisces and Scorpio, great combination. Leo woman, Capricorn man. I love it. I love it. Libra, Sagittarius with Capricorn, Virgo male. Okay, that's cool. Virgo and Gemini. Yeah. So Virgo and Gemini can work really well because they're both ruled by Mercury, to be honest. Yeah, I really think so because they can have amazing conversations and stimulate each other on an intellectual level. Aries and Leo, wonderful combo. I love that. Two fire signs together who are both very passionate and who can be fiercely loyal. Like Aries and Leo don't get enough credit, but they are so loyal and very honest, especially Aries. So, guys, I want to do a little reflection with you. And if you just want to take a picture of this or write it down in your journal for later. So, where might I be muting my masking? Where might I be muting or masking my rising sign energy out of fear or judgment of rejection? How can I embody my rising sign more fully in my style, energy, and presence to attract the kind of love I truly want? So, reflecting on this slideshow and just integrating everything we talked about so you can attract your dream partner in an authentic way using your natural energy. So, you're not showing up as someone who isn't you. You're not showing up as what you saw as a trend online, but you're actually being your authentic self and therefore attracting a partner that you're going to have for your life who you truly feel like is a soulmate. Because, I think that that's so important. And now I just want to do some questions. We'll just answer a few questions with the time that we have left. Please drop them in the chat, and then I think they're going to put it up on screen and we'll just talk about it. Okay. So, Taurus men are hard to. Okay, wait a second. What about a Capricorn woman and a Sagittarius man? So, this could be tough because Capricorn has this strong seriousness and work ethic, and Sagittarius wants to like adventure and travel and explore new ideas. But in certain cases, it can be like the Sagittarius person has all these business ideas or all of these adventurous things, and the Capricorn grounds the Sagittarius so they can accomplish it together in a practical way and bring out this like excitement, but also execution together, if that makes sense. I've seen it work like that. Capricorn and Capricorn, this is a really good combo. What I'd say is sometimes it can get a little too serious. So trying to bring out the playful side in one another, but you probably feel like you're working towards your long-term goals as a team, and you probably feel like you're in alignment on that front, and that you both are so loyal and dependable and always there for each other. And I think Capricorns each need that. So I like this combination. Just make sure you're doing like adventures and you're planning dates, and you're reminding each other that you're good enough and your worth isn't tied to your achievements. All right. What is the best sign for a Taurus woman? So if I had to niche it down to like sun sign astrology, I would say a Taurus woman does really well with a Virgo sun and with a Cancer sun as well. So like Cancer or Virgo would be my top two picks. But you could also do well with like Libra and stuff. Taurus and Leo, I've seen this work pretty well because the Taurus can be kind of this grounding force that's very interested in beautifying, and the nice comforts of life. And Leo is very like regal. They want to be treated well. They want to be treated like royalty, right? And Taurus wants that luxurious feel. So you guys can both indulge in like comfort and pleasure together. And you guys are both super loyal to one another. So I like that combination. Will my Leo husband ever really change? I'm a Sagittarius. I wish I could answer that for you. I have no idea. In general, Sagittarius and Leo work pretty well. Yeah, you'd have to look at your whole chart. You'd definitely have to look at your whole chart. My Leo spouse, I give him too many chances to keep his word. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Stacy. Sometimes I don't know the situation, obviously, so I can't really speak on it, but with Leo sons, sometimes they can get so caught up in trying to like perform that they lose touch with their own identity. And as a coping mechanism, they will kind of hurt the ones they love the most, not because they want to, but because they're feeling like that pain inside them. I've noticed that like Leos can become kind of like liars almost. Repetitive liars, cheaters sometimes when not expressed in a healthy way, but it depends. Scorpio and Libra, twin flame going through spiritual. Interesting. I mean, I'm not very sure about the whole situation. Just because I don't know what mimic attachment is, to be quite honest. I can't pretend I know what that is. So if you explained what mimic attachment is, that would help me respond. What about Aquarius female, Pisces male? I like that combination. I really think that you guys can understand each other on a deeper level. It just takes, the Aquarius really needs to support the Pisces in a way of like leaving space for emotions and having like those deeper talks, getting into feelings together. Sometimes the Aquarius doesn't want to feel, they kind of want to detach. But the Pisces really needs a space where they feel emotionally comforted and safe. Taurus women and Pisces, beautiful combo. Beautiful combo because the Pisces helps the Taurus feel their emotions. The Pisces can kind of intuitively sense the Taurus is hiding stuff or suppressing things and trying to carry everything alone. And in private, I feel like the Pisces is like, you don't have to carry this alone. I feel what you're feeling. I'm here for you. And it just makes the Taurus feel so loved and cared for that they want to share what they're going through when usually they're very private. So I like that. Best partner for Aquarian obviously matters. I would say I really like Gemini and Aquarius. I also really like Sagittarius and Aquarius and Aries and Aquarius. Yeah, that's what I would say. Depends on the whole chart, of course. Aquarius and Aries, I like this combo. Just said it. I love Aquarius and Aries together because if Aquarius has a mission or something they want to do to serve the collective, serve people in this world, Aries will help them go after and execute it. They'll be like, oh, you want to, I don't know, like feed the homeless, or you want to build a bunch of shelters, or you want to build schools, whatever it is, could be grand or it could be on a smaller scale in the community. The Aries is like, let's go after it. I believe in your dreams. I believe in your vision. So it's a beautiful like power couple. Mhm. Capricorn woman, Gemini man. So I would say that sometimes this doesn't work super well. I think in a working relationship, like in career, this can be a good combination. But if it's a situation where the Gemini is bringing out that like fun, playful side of the Capricorn and getting them talking, that can be super healthy. But sometimes Capricorns feel like Geminis aren't loyal and they're always looking for the next most exciting, best thing. And that can feel a bit unsettling. That can feel like they're not comfortable enough to be secure in the relationship. So making sure that there is a sense of stability and consistency with the Gemini. Mhm. Pisces and Virgo. I've found that Pisces and Virgo can be a bit tricky sometimes, because they are opposite on the zodiac wheel. But generally, Pisces is it can be very dreamy and kind of go with the flow. And then Virgo's like, no, we need a practical plan. So in some scenarios, if Pisces has this beautiful dream, the Virgo's gonna help them like, okay, we're gonna make it practical. We're gonna break it down into like a schedule, a planner, some steps, and we're going to make this something that we can both enjoy. But if Pisces feels like they're too restricted and controlled by the Virgo, then that can be hard because Pisces wants to live in the dream. They want to have rose-colored glasses on, and sometimes the Virgo kind of like pops the bubble. So just making sure that they're both understanding one another and using it to the benefit. Libra sun, Capricorn moon. Libra, okay, I love this. So you're a Libra sun with a Capricorn moon, a Leo rising, and you're with a Gemini sun. I think that that works really well because the Libra is going to go with the Gemini really well. We'd have to know the rest of their chart, but also the Leo rising is going to go with the Gemini. So that's a good combination. Making sure that like your emotion, Capricorn moons are like deeply emotional. They don't always show it. So you need to be with someone who can handle your emotions, who talks to you, who has patience, who's there for you when times are tough, who goes through the depths of life with you, who will be very loyal and dependable. So making sure that Gemini sun person is someone you can always confide in. Super important. Pisces woman and Pisces Leo. Pisces Leo, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do you mean Pisces woman and Pisces man? Or like, does Pisces and Pisces Leo work? Because Pisces and Pisces can work decently well. Sometimes they're both a little bit too dreamy, so they can't always ground. But Pisces and Leo together can be kind of difficult. Because I feel like the Leo energy almost burns the Pisces to the point of like the Leo is very like fiery, and sometimes the Pisces needs that alone time. They're more intuitive, slow moving. Pisces doesn't always want to be social. They really need solitude to recharge. How can Pisces accept Taurus space sense? Hmm. Oh, so are you saying that the Pisces wants to go outdoors, but the Taurus like staying inside? Is that what you're saying? I'm not sure. If that's the scenario, yes. Okay. So I think that coming to like a common ground with that, um, because let's say, I mean, I have someone close to me who's a Taurus and they really like being at home, but I know that, over time they will change and they will adapt to new environments. So it's about like slowly being like, oh, can we go on this hike or can we sit in our backyard together and making the Taurus feel like comfortable to go out and do something because I think that Pisces really wants to explore and be out in nature and swim. And sometimes Taurus is just so comfortable with their at home environment. So maybe making the excursion comfortable. Like if you're going on a road trip, bringing good food for the Taurus energy, bringing like a comfortable blanket, bringing good music, good smells, all of these things that make them feel like they're at home when they leave the house. So they're not missing that comfort and that solitude. It's like they're comfortable no matter where they go. I think that's the secret. Woman, Cap, Sun, Sag, Moon. Oh, okay. Man, Sag, Sun. That's funny, the reverse. That's really interesting. So a secret tip about this is I always feel like if someone's sun sign is the other person's moon sign, you can understand each other on a deep level. So when you have that crisscrossed, I feel like you can understand each other's emotions in a way that other people can't. And you can kind of see sides of each other and feel seen by one another because it's like that sun energy, that personality is like, wow, I really relate to your emotions and vice versa. So I like that. One sec, guys. Okay, Leo sun, Cancer moon, Virgo rising with a Capricorn sun, and moon, Aries rising. Okay, cool. So Aries rising and Virgo rising, I don't always see this getting along, but when we go to the deeper layer of the Cancer moon and the Capricorn sun, that works really well together. Um, Capricorn sun and moon. But then when we look, yeah, Cancer moon, Capricorn energy works really well. So I feel like this is a good combination because that person who has the Virgo rising and the Leo sun, the Leo is talking to that Aries energy, right? So it's like, okay, we're going to be social. We like being a personality. We like talking to people. We like being radiant and exploring, not only staying at home, but also we can connect on a deeper level. We're intuitive. We do need alone time to an extent, and we understand each other, right? Because Cancer moons can sit with the Capricorn moon and be like, what are you feeling? What do you need right now? Let me nurture you. Let me take care of you. And at the deepest level, that Capricorn moon craves it. Even though they want to be social, they need someone they can always depend on. So, guys, I'm going to finish up. It was amazing talking to you. And before you guys go, Mia's going to have a message for you. I'm so thankful for this opportunity to be on the channel and talk to all of you. You guys have a wonderful community here. You're all so kind. And special shout out to your community for Spiritual Society for having me. And yeah, I think we're going to have Mia share some words as well. All right. Bye, guys.
Oh, thank you, Amelie, for that very powerful workshop. Remember, if you would like an astrology compatibility reading, tap on the pinned comment below this video. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for being here. I'm sending you off with so much love, so much sunshine, so much light into your day, and we will see you very, very soon. Mwah, Mia.